Welcome back to Run for President. This is part 3, and let's keep on going.
I have landed in Louisiana, the Pelican State. I will not attempt it. Please spin for me. Return. I am resting today. I am going to play loud rock music in my hotel room. Your turn to spin. Return.
Okay. Yep.
You have landed in West Virginia, the Mountain State. It has 5 electoral
Sorry
votes and
about
costs
that,
$4 million.
everyone.
You have 120 votes in November. Please spin for me. Return. I have landed in the newspaper. The story says that I have been seen gambling wildly in a Las Vegas casino. It means the loss of a state to the opposition. This newspaper is a real rag.
Oh yeah.
I have 138 votes and return. Darn it, I must give you Vermont and its 3 votes. I now have 135 votes and $58.7 million. Your turn to spin. Return. You have landed in Maryland, the Old Line State. It has 10 electoral votes and costs $5 million. The best T.Y.
We all go for it. Yep, got it.
You have harpooned it. You now have 133 votes and $51.9 million. Please spin for me. Return. Return. I have landed in Florida, the Sunshine State. I put it in my back pocket. I now have 160 votes and $56.2 million.
Whoa.
Your turn to spin. Return. You have landed in Rhode Island, Little Roddy. It has 4 electoral votes and cost N. November. Please spin for me. Return. I have landed in South Carolina, the Palmetto State. I want it. I now have 168 votes and $52.2 million. Your turn to return. You have landed in the Atlantic Ocean. Splish, splash, splosh.
Ooh,
You swam to safety but you lost your wallet. Also, your plane is on the ocean floor. You must pay $5 million for a new plane. You now have 133 votes and $46.9 million. Please spin return.
No, it isn't.
I have landed in the newspaper. The story says that I gave a bundle to charity last year. It does not mention taking a tax deduction. It means $3 million in contributions. My true image is becoming clear now. I now have 168 votes and $55.2 million. Your turn to spin. Return. You have landed in Massachusetts, the Bay State. It has 12 electoral votes and costs $3.6 million. You have 100 and the best
I'm gonna
Why?
get it. Yep.
You got it, but do not get greedy. You now have 145 votes and $43.3 million. Please spin for me. Return. I have landed in Maryland, the Old Line State. I will not attempt it. Your turn to spin.
You
Return.
won't.
You have landed in Kentucky, the Bluegrass State. It has 8 electoral votes and costs Y. Yankee. Spin wheel for out. Delete.
Oh.
Return.
Oh,
Return.
I think he had it already. So I didn't get that.
No good. It is still mine. You now have 145 votes and $35.3 million. Your turn to spin. Return. You have landed in Missouri, the Show Me State. It has 11 electoral votes and costs $3.3 million.
Oh my.
I am beating you. You have 100 and T. Y.
that
It is
one.
now the land of. You now have 156 votes and $32.0 million. Please spin for me. Return. I have landed in the newspaper. The story says that I have been seen stealing chocolate from a candy store. It means the loss of a state to the opposition. Lies, lies, and more lies. I have 106.
See
Return.
that for you.
Darn it, I must give you New Mexico and its 5 votes. I now have 163 votes and $55.2 million. Your turn to spin. Return. You have landed in Minnesota, the North Star State. It has 10 electoral votes and costs $5 million. Y. Put it in your shopping bag.
Camera.
You now have 171 votes and $27.0 million. Please spin for me. I have landed in the Atlantic Ocean. Splash, splash, splash.
Sorry about that, everyone.
I must pay $5 million. I now have 163 votes and $50.2 million. Your turn to spin. Choose a 5.
Everyone, I'm just going to wait until well, everyone, I'm gonna or it might be I'll spin now.
Return. You have landed in a smoke-filled room. A campaign strategy meeting is in progress. Everyone is yawning. You must pay $1 million. It is for the caviar, champagne, and Cuban cigars. A lucky 7 or the loss of a state is required to get out. You now have 171 votes and $26.0 million. Please spin for me. The wheel shows a 6. Return.
Okay.
I have landed in Ohio, the Buckeye State. It is already technocrat country. I have 163 votes. Return. You are in the smoke-filled room. Want to give up a state? Y or N? Age? J, N. November. Your turn to spin. M. Return.
Oh, I got out.
Good move. You snuck out behind a big fat guy by the door. You have landed in Oregon, the Beaver State. You obtained it earlier. You have returned.
Yeah.
The wheel shows a 1. You have landed in California, the Golden State. You already banked this one. Please spin for me. Return.
Okay.
I have landed in Indiana, the Hoosier State. I already have it. I have 160. Return.
Voiceover on. Camera on. 8 minutes, 43 seconds.
Okay.
You have landed in New Mexico, the land of enchantment. You obtained it earlier. This is a close. M. Return. You have landed in Texas, the Lone Star State.
These are close.
Please spin for me. The wheel show. Return.
Right now. We're catching up.
I have landed in Wisconsin, the Badger State. I will take it. It goes in my column. I now have 174 votes and $46.9 million. Your turn. Return. Return. You have landed in Tennessee, the Volunteer State. You have 171 votes and $26.0 million. Want it? Why? Yankee.
Yes, I do.
Okay, you have nailed it. You now have 182 votes and $22.7 million. Please spin for me. Return. I have landed in Minnesota, the North Star State. It is too much of a long shot. Your turn to spin.
Is it?
Return. You have landed in the Everglades. You wrestled an alligator and you got bitten on the toe. You had to miss a fundraising dinner. You lose $2 million in funds. You now have 182 votes and $20.7 million. Please spin for me. The wheel shows a 4.
Voiceover on. Camera. 10 minutes, 23 seconds.
Okay,
Voiceover off.
we'll stop here and I'll see you for part 4.